Last week I sprayed my BT concentration on my plants. I like to alternate between my powder, my BT. Now this week I'm spraying neem oil. Like I said, I try to rotate every week. Got some nice heads of cabbage forming. As you can see, I got a little damage right here, which if I said on the earlier video, I'm spraying with neem. I like to alternate between what I use. But like I said, we have some good heads of cabbage forming. Cucumbers. Finally starting to come on. This one right here is really coming on. I probably need to put a cage around it soon. And all my peppers. Eggplant. I put them in cages too, because when they start bearing, that fruit gets kind of heavy.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Siblings A and J Gardening. I'm Angela. It is a wet, rainy morning, but I wanted to give you all a view of what the rain has done these past few days. These are our green beans. And just that little bit of rain, those few days, have given us this. It's too wet to get in there to try to pull weeds, or it's really too late to even work the dirt up around them now. But I want you all to see this. See those blooms? Those are going to be green beans. Like I said, just a few days of rain. I can't give credit to the sunshine because we really haven't had any sunshine in the past probably 3 days. But that's what the rain has done. Mother Nature is awesome. Here's our pears are looking really good. I don't see many, but what I do see looks nice. This is the compost Jeffrey had delivered, and look, weeds are trying to grow up through they are growing up through the compost. This rain, I'm telling you, has done wonders for the garden. As you can see, the cabbage is starting to form heads. Which is awesome. And that's the rain. Some of the leaves are so big around it, we can't see what's forming in there. And that's a weed section here. And like I said, it has been so wet and rainy that we can't even get into the garden to pull the weeds. And in just that little bit of time, you can see how the weeds have taken over by the cabbage. It's onions, but I really want to show you all these tomatoes. Look how these tomatoes have jumped in just a few days. And have little blooms here on the tomatoes. I mean, it is just awesome the way the rain. And we have well water, but there's nothing like Mother Nature's, God's rain. There's more blooms on this one. Just a welcoming sight. Here are more blooms on this one here. And this one as well. I will have to get out here later, and as I've stated on other videos, and do a little cleanup on the tomatoes. Get those branches off the ground. But I just wanted to show you guys how well the tomatoes have jumped with this rain. The onions as well too. Mother Nature is something else. We're gonna walk on over here and look at these potatoes. I'm not gonna be able to walk through because it is so wet. But as I'm walking through, I'm giving you all a little glance at the onions. But these are the potatoes. And actually, both rows of the potatoes are where you see the straw, those are potatoes. And then in the middle there, I don't know if you all can see it, you got a little bloom. The white flowers, that lets you know there are potatoes in the ground.
This is my potato, one of my potato plants. When you see blooms or flowers on the potato plant, that means it's producing potatoes now. So I figure another 2 months, I'll be digging potatoes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let me go check out everything else. Like I said, we have been getting rain. I know parts of the country are dry. We have been getting an overabundance of rain to the point where you can't really get in the garden to weed. These are Jeffrey's okra plants. Now I can walk on the landscaping fabric, but with it being so wet, my feet would just sink down in it. And I'm not gonna do that because when it dries up and you try to walk on the landscaping fabric, it just makes it so uneven and kind of trips you up a little bit. But he did treat, you can see the okra there. It's the taller plant there. There's weeds around it, but that taller little piece there is okra. I don't know how many blooms he has through there, because like I said, I'm not gonna walk. It's just, you can see by the ground how wet it is. But we have truly been blessed with the rain. Now this is the area, like I've stated before, that Jeffrey's he's putting back into the ground because it hasn't been producing the past few years. And as you can see, weeds are coming up here. He'll till it up eventually. He just keeps putting compost in it and then tilling it up. And then this next row here are our cucumbers. And that's the second row of cucumbers that we planted. You can see that middle there, one has really been taken over with weeds, but once I get in there, I can weed it out. Rain is starting to pick up, so I'm gonna go a little faster, guys. Right here are his eggplants. And then over here are my pole beans. I need to work that dirt up around it as soon as I can get a chance. It's the bigger leafy thing around the grass, but I need to get my little trellis or something up to give the pole beans somewhere to go. And this looks like one of our squash or zucchini plants. Jeffrey had to replant those as well, and he can't remember how he planted them. But as it goes on down there, I'm gonna zoom back over here, and his eggplant are really looking good. It's pepper plants. So I'm just giving you a view of what Mother Nature has done with the rain. It is awesome. Pepper plants seem to be thriving. Weeds are thriving too. Everything wants to grow, even coming up through the landscaping fabric on the edges. But these are all pepper plants. He had to replant some of the pepper plants. There's a bunch of weeds there. We had to replant that one and that one. There's another, it's either squash or zucchini, not sure which one it is. And there's it's either squash or zucchini, we're not really sure which one it is, but it's coming up. That's the one I just showed you there. Walk on down, look at these mounds. Oh, there's nothing there. Here's another one that's coming up. There is nothing like fresh squash and zucchini. I like to stir fry mine. Steam it and stir fry. Now this is the first row of zucchini and squash that I planted. They didn't really come up, so Jeffrey had to replant it, and his are finally coming up. You can see where Jeffrey walked in the garden, and you see how deep his footprints went in. But there's another one. There's one there. And I don't know if you can see in that back row there, that's cucumber. That's the first row of cucumbers that I planted, and we didn't think they were coming up. So Jeffrey replanted some on that far side where I just showed you. And there's another one. Let me move this cage over a little bit. And there's another one. Let's run over here and take a look at this apple tree. I was hoping to get my grass cut today, but as you can see, there's not going to be any success for that today. Let's a better look at the cucumber. And there's one overtaken with weeds. Once I can get in there, I'll pull those weeds up, and then probably need to get cages around those cucumbers as well. But I was hoping to get my grass cut today, but that's definitely not going to happen. I'll shoot for tomorrow. There's our weekly look at our apple tree. There's the pecan tree there. It's starting to really get the greenery on it. But look at these apples. Let's see here. Well, I'm looking for them, and there we go. There's one. Oh, I had it in the focus. Where'd it go? There's some more apples. Well, another wet, rainy morning. Gonna be a wet, rainy day. Here's a better view of Jeffrey's okra. I'm gonna step just a little bit so I can show you all. This right here, that's okra. I know it's kind of hard to tell in between the weeds. Well, we'll probably be picking green beans maybe sometime next week. And you know, I always give you all a progress report on his cherry tree. And that's where the mulch is. Look how big everything else around it has grown in just a few days, just with the rain. Here's his other cherry tree. Well, I just wanted to give you all a quick little view this morning of the garden. There's nothing we can really do in the garden today because of the rain. But we thank you all so much for tuning into our channel, coming along with us on our 2026 journey, gardening together. My brother and I have been gardening together for years. We enjoy it. We grew up doing it, learned from our daddy, our uncle, our grandpa, how to work a garden, how to take care of a garden, and also learned how to preserve the food that you harvest from the garden from mama and grandma. Memories that we will always cherish. But we thank you all so much for coming along with us on our 2026 journey. Please hit that notification button so you will see all our most current videos. And please like, share, and subscribe. You all stay safe and be blessed. And for those of you that aren't getting the rain, I pray that you all get the rain.